Should you upgrade to the new iPhone 17 from an older iPhone like the 16, 15, 14, or older? Well, I'm gonna give you guys all of the info you need to know because I think some of you will actually be quite surprised. The first thing I'm gonna do is start off with the external changes because as we expected, the new 17 looks pretty much exactly like it did last year, which by the way, if you already have the iPhone 16, then you no doubt have a great phone and the design will feel just as fresh as the new 17. But honestly, I would be lying if I said you wouldn't be tempted to upgrade to the 17 because holy moly, did Apple add a ton of extremely valuable features this year. The iPhone 17 is now bigger with a 6.3-inch display size that matches what we had on the previous 16 Pro, which honestly does feel more immersive, especially thanks to the super slim bezels. I have to say that this new iPhone 17 is by far the closest a regular iPhone has ever gotten to looking like a Pro model. First of all, Apple boosted the brightness of the display up to 3000 nits, which they absolutely did not have to do, matching the 3000 nits on the new 17 Pro. Not only that, but they added the anti-reflectivity layer on the display just like they did for the Pro models. And keep in mind that Samsung kept their anti-reflective display reserved for the Ultra model. They didn't even add it to the S25 Edge, specifically to differentiate the Edge from the Ultra, but Apple is out here giving the latest display upgrades to the base iPhone 17 at the same price as last year. They also gave the 17 the same ceramic shield to glass with 3 times better scratch resistance, but the most impressive part of the iPhone 17's display is that it also got the 120Hz ProMotion and always on display features, which both used to be reserved for the Pro iPhones, but not anymore. In fact, if you go to Apple's comparison tool, you'll find that the 17 and 17 Pro models share the same exact displays, down to every single feature and spec, which has literally never happened before. It has the same 25-watt MagSafe charging, the same super fast 40-watt wired charging that gets you to 50% in just 20 minutes. It even has the same new 18-megapixel center stage selfie camera, which looks incredibly promising. But the craziest part of all that has to do with value is the fact that they also doubled the base storage to 256 gigs, but unlike the 17 Pro, which got a $100 price increase, Apple kept the price of the regular 17 the same at $799. This makes for by far the best value regular iPhone ever. And now we can confidently say that the only things separating the 17 Pro from the regular 17 are actually Pro-focused features like the vapor chamber cooling system, which doesn't really matter for regular people that don't play games or use Pro apps, including the A19 chip, which is almost identical to the A19 Pro, just with less cache and one less enabled GPU core, and many regular people don't even care about the telephoto camera either, or the super fast USB-C transfer speeds on the Pro model. And other than that, there honestly aren't very many differences other than the 17 Pro's beautiful unibody redesign. Now, regardless of whether you choose to upgrade or not, you've got to get yourself a smart ring like the new Gen 2 Air from our sponsor Ringconn. I've been wearing this for the past couple of months and it's been blowing my mind since it's thinner, smaller, and lighter than every other smart ring on the market, including the new Oura Ring 4, while having 10 days of battery life, which is 2 more hours than the Oura Ring 4, and being only $199 compared to the Oura Ring 4, which is $350, and it has the same 100-meter waterproof rating. And best of all, there is no monthly subscription, and the app works great for showing you all of your metrics like your vitals, like your heart rate, HRV, blood oxygen levels, also your stress levels, your sleep, including sleep stages and sleep score, your activity like the steps, calories, and more, as well as women's cycle tracking. So use the link down below in the description and pinned comment comment to order your Ringconn Gen 2 Air today. The point I'm trying to make is that for the first time ever, the regular iPhone 17 is essentially now a pro level phone, but at the same $799 price, which makes it extremely compelling, especially when comparing it to the Android competition, which are probably shaking in their boots right now because they can see just how much value you get with the iPhone 17. And that right there should really change your perspective on how good this year's iPhone 17 really is. So with that said, let's get into precisely who should upgrade from the previous regular iPhone models and why, starting with the 16. Between these two, there are many upgrades and differences, mostly in the display features like ProMotion with always on display. Also, you have the selfie camera, you have the value with 256 gigs of storage. But on the other hand, this new 17 won't really feel that fresh or different since we already had that camera bump redesign and it looks generally the same. So you should only upgrade if you have the extra cash laying around. Now, if you're upgrading from the iPhone 15, this is going to be a much more noticeable difference with this fresh redesign with the better camera system in general. You're going to have that much faster 25-watt MagSafe wireless charging versus 15 watts. You're going to have a massive battery life improvement. I mean, this is going to be instantly noticeable. The 15 was rated for 20 hours of video playback. The new iPhone 17 is rated for 30, so 50% better battery life. Now, if you're upgrading from the iPhone 14, this is a huge difference because the dynamic island is 1,000 times better than the notch that the 14 has. Also, you have the USB-C port, which is amazing. On top of that, the display is so much brighter. I mean, the 14 was limited to 800 nits manual brightness. Now it's 1,000. It was limited to 1,200 peak. Now it's 3,000 peak, which is insane. And you have the anti-reflective display. You also have much faster chip performance and much better 48 megapixel cameras on the back, including the main and the ultra wide. And if you're upgrading from the iPhone 13 or anything older, your battery life is probably so bad right now that just the massive difference in battery life alone will make you so glad that you upgraded to the new 17. On top of that, the display difference is gonna blow your mind with all of the new changes and features. Of course, the cameras, the performance, USB-C port, everything. And in terms of upgrading in general, the biggest factor is this. I think that this iPhone 17 upgrade is so good that next year's iPhone 18 is not gonna change that much at all, so it's probably not even worth waiting for it. And on top of that, the iPhone 18 is rumored to get delayed by 6 months until the spring of 2027. So with that said, this is by far the best time in iPhone history to upgrade to the regular iPhone 17. And if you want to learn more about the iPhone 17 Pro model and upgrading to that, definitely watch that video right there and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.